Once upon a time, in Storybook Ending, the speakers learned some valuable new information. Margie learned that a postal service worker named Annabella went missing around the time they all gained magic. Orion received a letter from his late grandmother explaining that she had had a bit of magic from one Mr. Hoyt. Tabitha made a deal with John Noble to find his ancestors' journal for him, a journal which explained that there has always been magic in the forest of Fox Jumps, and that speakers have been around for at least 150 years. Now the speakers move to one another, ready to combine their knowledge and seek answers regarding Annabella's disappearance. Hello and welcome to Storybook Ending. My name is Loxley. I use V, Veer, or they, them pronouns, and I will be your keeper of stories. With me today is Addie.
My name is Addie, the player. I use she, her pronouns, and I play the character Margie Gloucester, who also uses she, her pronouns.
We also have Danny.
I'm Danny, and I'll be playing Viola Thomas. Both of us use she, her pronouns.
Next we have Killian.
Hey there, I'm Killian. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Tabs the Fox, who uses he, they pronouns.
And lastly, Grim.
My name is Grim. I use any pronouns you throw at me, and my character, Orion Murrah, does the same.
We open on the Lazy Dog. It's a joyous sight, a rather mundane but pleasant one. We see volunteers painting in the parking lot outside with tarps on the ground to make sure the paint doesn't get everywhere. Tom is, again, still going kind of hog wild. He stayed past a few of the others. Most of the people have, stuck around for maybe an hour and then left. But Tom has been here the whole time. Because I don't know if you know this about Tom. He likes to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Very surprising, I know. Benedict Johnson, I'm pretty sure that's his last name, has also stuck around for seemingly no reason. He just doesn't want to go home to his dad, and there's definitely no ulterior motive. He's definitely not been inching closer to Tom this whole time. And we see our speakers. Margie has been at the Lazy Dog pretty much all day, but we see Tabs and Orion converge coincidentally at about the same time. You all have some things to say, or maybe to keep secret for some of you, looking at the fox. What do you do?
Are we in the building itself, or are we just meeting outside the Lazy Dog?
We'll say you meet at the door.
At the door.
So a little bit of both.
I think Margie might have just gone off the phone. And so she's on her way out.
Mm-hmm.
And when she sees both Orion and Tab, she kind of like whispers harshly to them. Like she's trying to whisper, but isn't quite aware of how loud she is. Oh, Tabitha, Orion, good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, can we talk a little bit? And she kind of gestures to the side of the building and kind of walks over there, not really looking back to see if they're following her.
Tabs is gonna follow.
Okay.
Orion also follows.
Okay. And so once they're there, she kind of like huddles close to both of them and she goes, "Now, I understand you're both new in town, so I'm just gonna give you the WhatsApp. Annabella is a postal office worker. She delivers mail, and apparently, according to the manager at the postal office, she hasn't been seen around town since we got our powers. And I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit of a speculator, and I don't know. I think this might have to do with her disappearance. I suppose has to do with magic.
You think it has to do with magic? How so, Margie?
Well, she's a really good postal worker, and it's very strange that she hasn't been delivering anything in the week since, Robin Hood stopped by. And I don't know about you, but I don't find that man very scary, so it doesn't really make sense for her to be hiding unless she's actually missing. I already talked to Viola about it, and we're about to meet with JoJo just to see if she's at home, if she's doing okay. If she's sick, well, I might as well check in on her.
Yes, of course. Although I don't know this Annabella, I would gladly come with you.
Oh, thank you, Tabitha. Is Orion going to come with them?
I guess. I mean, he has news that he needs to tell people, and can't really do that if the people aren't there. So,
Okay. But yeah, that's kind of what I and Viola that's what we're up to right now. Is there anything else, or can we get going?
uh, I have something, but it can probably wait a little bit longer.
I mean, I'm sure we can discuss it along the way.
Sure. Yeah. Let's discuss it on the way.
All right, all right. And I think she shoots a quick text to Viola saying that she has the rest of the party members and that they're going to get JoJo at the police station.
Now, I hate to point this out.
Okay.
What is your new phone? Because your phone did get crushed by tons of falling rocks.
Fuck my life.
Oh yeah.
So what kind of phone did you get?
What kind of phone did I get?
Mhm, mhm.
An oldie but a goodie. The Motorola Razr.
The same one?
You just got an identical phone?
Amazing.
I mean, she knows what she likes.
He knows what she likes.
She knows what she likes. I feel like a Motorola Razr would be harder to get than a more modern phone, but no, that's fair. She knows what she likes. Simplicity is beauty.
Okay, not gonna lie, this isn't supposed to be like a retcon something, so please don't view it that way. But since Margie truly does flip in everything, I kind of just imagine her to have like two phones, like a personal phone and a work phone.
That's what I was thinking, to be honest.
So when she gets a call, she knows like, okay, I'm about to like go into work mode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we've established that Lazy Dog has a landline, but I imagine she could still have a second phone just because, she does so many different jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Teehee.
And I also hate to break it to you that JoJo is on medical leave still.
It's not supposed to be like an investigation. It's more like a wellness check by your friendly neighbors.
Mhm.
We just gotta track this man down outside of work.
Yeah.
Or get his son. We could talk to Benny.
I think probably when Viola gets that text, she will message back saying, yeah, he's not at the police department because he's on leave. But if you want to meet me just in front of the police department, we'll go to his house. I know where he lives. It's not far.
And at that text, Margie literally like slaps her thigh because she totally forgot he dropped off Benji. She's like, oh, that's right. I totally forgot he dropped off Benji. But yeah, she relays the message back to Orion and Tabitha. And she kind of just goes, so Viola wants to meet us in front of the police station, and together we're gonna walk towards JoJo's house. I totally Forgot he's on medical leave right now. He even brought his son over. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And so she starts walking to the police station.
Yeah, it is not a long walk. Viola, were you doing anything in the meantime, or were you just waiting for them?
She was she's probably already close to the police department because she left after she hung up the phone with Margie,
Mhm.
but she doesn't want to backtrack, so she's just going to wait there.
Fair enough. Yeah, so smash cut to... Oh, okay, sorry. No, we have to play that out. Killian,
Oh no, what?
would you like to share with the class?
Killian? Oh yeah.
I was just saying that Tabs definitely gives Tom a little wave and kind of gestures to the mural that he's painting for the event, and just kind of gives a looking wonderful, Tom.
We don't have to play this out because I do want to get to the good stuff. But Tom blushes, and then Benny sees that blush and gets jealous. Anyways,
Anyways,
Oh no.
Killian.
smash cut to the FJPD. You all meet up, and it's just the four of you, right? You're not bringing anyone else. It's just you four speakers.
Yeah.
Yep. Us four
Mhm.
speakers heading to JoJo and then heading to Annabelle's, I believe.
Okay, yeah. You said that Jojo doesn't live far. Are we assuming he lives in the suburbs on the sort of south end of town?
Yeah, I think I like to imagine that that's probably the same neighborhood where Viola lives, and probably Annabella as well.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that, so that makes sense to me. You're probably going to be going pretty nearby anyways. I think you walk over to his home. Did you want to talk on the way, actually, before we describe it? I know Orion had some things to say.
I think he's still gonna wait until everyone is there.
He wants to let JoJo know as well.
I mean, JoJo's in this mess now, I guess.
Jojo's an honorary speaker.
Not John Noble though. Fuck that man.
He doesn't need to know anything.
He doesn't need to know a damn thing.
At this point, John Noble somehow already knows.
Hey, speaking of...
Oh no.
Yeah, speaking of Tabs, did you want to share your little adventure with John Noble where you made a deal with him and helped him out? Just wondering. Just curious.
Just curious. I think that they're gonna keep that for now.
Oh, wow, what a surprise.
Oh,
Okay.
yay.
Right. Definitely don't want John Noble to show up out of the blue and out Tabs as a backstabbing dealer.
Oink.
Well, they made a deal for an IOU from John Noble, though, so,
Okay.
I think the plan is definitely to reveal that before shit hits the fan.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's always the plan. That doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm squinting at Loxley at the moment.
Okay. So you walk the short distance in apparent silence, or maybe one of you is, kind of idly chattering. It's a little awkward. I don't know how much you four have hung out together since, the whole battle in the woods, in the forest. But you make your way down to Jojo's house. It's not far at all. It's a very walkable town. It's a pretty average suburban home. I think it's on the smaller side because he's lived alone for most of his time here, at least as an adult. Trying to think of any fun. Do we think there are any quirks? Does he have a lawn flamingo or something?
He doesn't seem like the kind.
He has a little garden gnome that comes to life later.
Oh, probably.
If he has a garden gnome, I'm gonna assume he has a garden. And if he has a garden, I'm gonna assume that he made the terrible error of planting mint.
Oh,
And so
no.
he has just a bunch of mint on his front lawn and nothing else.
That sounds perfect.
No, that tracks.
It was initially planted for, his tea that he has in the mornings, and now it's gotten out of hand and he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, no, he has a very mintful garden. It can't even really be called a garden at this point. It's just a bunch of mint. So that's his little front yard quirk. I assume you go up and ring the doorbell or knock on the door.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear in the distance, "I'm coming," and then a moment later he opens the door and says, "Benny, you're back." Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hey, Jojo. Oh, don't worry about Benny. He's doing fine. He's bonding with Tom right now. They're painting something together.
He pales immediately and says, "You left my impressionable teenage son with Tom, the known criminal,
Are you sure?
when I trusted him with you watching
No, they're
him?"
painting something they're allowed to paint.
Whoa, Jojo. I don't know. We can call Benny impressional from what I've seen so far. And second of all, Tom is a wonderful young man, okay? He is only a quote unquote criminal because of the silly laws here. One second, I need to do a search for a very specific term. I want Margie to say it, but I don't remember what it is.
While you are looking that up, I think the camera does cut over very briefly back to outside the Lazy Dog, and Tom is using a can of spray paint and demonstrating. So when you tag a building, you want to spray like this, not like this, and then he's just nodding along. Cut back to Margie defending him.
Okay, haven't you heard of jury nullification, where we ask the people decide to disregard the law based on our own interpretation of justice? I have decided to disregard the law, okay? Because you know that murals and art and painting shouldn't be criminalized. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off my soapbox here. We need to check on Annabelle.
Oh, and he's just rubbing his temples. And he says, "Okay, you know what? No soapbox right now. What's wrong? Annabella, the postal worker?"
Yes, Annabella. Oh my, I always forget the second A. No, Annabelle. I always forget the third A. But yes, the manager of the postal office. He called me, and he was just talking about how he hasn't seen Annabella in like a week and a half, which is very unlike her. Very unlike her. She is usually on top of like delivery and such, but he's been getting complaints and nobody's filling in. And little, oh, well, she didn't call him a bastard, but he's doing his best. He should have just called me so I can fill in, but well, it's been a really interesting and busy week and a half. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know you're on medical leave right now. It's not supposed to be an investigation. It's just, I don't know, a wellness check among neighbors, friendly neighbors, you know?
Right. He kind of looks each way, looks left, looks right, and then he leans in closer and he says, "This isn't like a magic thing, is it?"
We hope not. But it might be.
Too soon to say. Too soon to say.
Great.
If I knew it was a magic thing, I wouldn't be asking you to just escort us to her house. I mean, come on, Jojo.
I mean, I've been wrapped up in it before. And he kind of is like rubbing at some bandages on his arm.
And I'm very sorry about that. You can hide behind us if you feel like it.
Right. Yeah, whatever. I want to be a good neighbor. It's my duty, my civic duty or something to check in on blah, 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 blah.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, let's go. She's just a couple houses down.
Oh, how convenient. And she kind of she takes a step off his porch, walks, and then pauses, walks back, and tells him, "Honey, you need to manage that mint field of yours. Otherwise, it's gonna take over the entire neighborhood. You know, if you just leave it be, oh, it's invasive." And then she turns back around and
That explains a lot.
walks walks towards Annabella's.
Yeah, he kind of stares at his overgrown mint patch for a second and just kind of scratches his head and then shakes his head and starts following Margie.
Viola will sort of step up beside him and lean in. I'll lend you a book. There's a great one about lawns, and there's a whole section on mint.
And here I thought I was the one doing my job outside of business hours.
Here in Fox Jumps, I don't know that we're ever outside of business hours anymore.
Right.
Margie overhears that and says, "True that!"
Hey there, welcome to the Middle Trove episode 19 of Storybook Ending. I'm just going to go through a few quick things, pretty standard stuff. Firstly, if you are enjoying the show, why don't you leave a rating and review? It helps, algorithms and stuff or something. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. Word of mouth is also a great way to get the podcast out to new listeners, so if you want to share with a friend, that would be greatly appreciated. Speaking of other listeners, if you want to hang out with other fans in the cast, you can always meet us on The Actual Place. It's a Discord community, link in the description. There are a bunch of Actual Play shows on there, so it's a great place to talk to us and find other great shows. Now, I know I said that this week would be the first episode that we'd start doing weekly. It is a shorter episode. I will say, due to the holiday season, there's a chance we might not manage to get weekly. Just letting you know. Currently, I am on track to release every week, but that might be interrupted. The next episode will be coming out on Christmas Day, apparently. Now, we don't have a winter holiday special this year. We got too caught up in recording the current arc, but I think you will enjoy what we do have cooked up. Looks like that's all for me. Why don't you enjoy the rest of the episode? It is pretty fun. Are Tabitha and Orion doing anything, or just kind of letting the other two lead?
I think Tabs is just kind of listening to this. Just listening in as they follow.
Is Tabs gonna be more towards the back of the group, anyways?
Yeah.
I think Orion's going to hand the letter over to Tabs, let them read it real quick.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tabs will take the time to read it through and then kind of give Orion a confused look. Wait, was this your grandmother?
C.
And she had magic.
C.
I suppose that aligns with what I had learned.
Ooh, you learned?
I had a meeting with John Noble and
Ah.
found out that magic is innately within this land here.
Mm-hmm.
Can somebody yell that out and repeat Tabitha's words, please? Because I think Margie is just so far ahead of the group.
She's gone.
So what? Noble had you read something?
I did magic for Noble.
Ah.
Mm.
See, I mean, it's Noble, but did you at least get good information out of it?
Yes, and I was not foolish about it.
Cool.
He owes me something at a later time of my choosing.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes. We learned that from a journal laid in the ground in the forest by his ancestor that there was magic within this land. That the person that established this town, Bartholomew Noble, his ancestor, he came here because he knew that there was magic and wanted to do something with it.
Did this Bartholomew specifically have magic?
I don't think he did. I don't think it was mentioned whether he did.
No, he only referenced knowing a speaker. His aunt was a sorceress with power over words. He didn't mention anything about being a speaker himself.
Ah.
He was not a speaker himself, but there was a mention of a relative who was a sorceress that weaved magic through words. And he recognized me as a speaker nearly immediately whenever I used my magic to summon him and ask his aid to find this book.
Ah. So, we're man, we've just been learning a lot this this weekend, huh?
I suppose so. Tabs is going to read over the letter once more and then kind of gesture toward Margie and Viola with it, like, does this go to them?
Sure.
Tabs is gonna walk over and hand it to Viola then, I suppose, because with Margie at the front, I feel like Viola would be closer and could probably just nudges her and hands it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a letter from Orion's grandmother.
Okay. And she will scan it. And... Huh. Interesting.
So now we know that speakers have existed for longer than just us.
Very interesting. I wonder if there's a hereditary component.
Well,
I'm going to have to dig back through the family trees of town. Although I suppose that doesn't really affect you. Although, as far as anyone knows, you are my nibbling.
Incredible. I'm glad we're bringing that little plot point back.
amazing.
Does Orion hear the part before the as far as anyone knows you're my
Yeah, I think that you'd probably have moved in closer to
Yeah.
kind of participate in the conversation, and Tabs is probably gonna try and call her Margie over. And I guess JoJo's just gonna be here too. Margie, you might want to hear this as well.
And she pauses. Well, she doesn't pause. She stops and like goes back to the group. And she goes like, "Oh, I am so sorry. I did not mean to leave y'all behind. I guess I'm a faster walker than I realized."
I suppose so.
And she sees the letter. Is there like an address or something?
I think it's just addressed directly to Orion without an address.
Okay.
Like to my dearest Orion or something like that.
Okay. So Margie just goes, "Now, why did you want to tell me?"
Well, Orion and I both had our separate run-ins with a letter from the past and a visitor from the past with my magic. We've learned a good deal about speakers in the past couple days. Past day? Couple days, I think.
I think we said last time that both of your little adventures happened like today. Like you were just getting back from them.
Okay, yeah. As we learned today, there's been magic innately within this world for quite some time now. And through Orion's grandmother, it was revealed that she is a speaker in this letter that she gave to Orion.
Ow! Oh!
And
Oh!
I may have
What?
made a deal with John Noble to
You made a deal with John Noble!
I was waiting for that.
Yep. Oh, well,
Where was this? Where was this? Where was I? Where was Viola? Viola!
Dang.
What?
I am just finding out about this, Margie. Chill.
You went to John Noble by yourself?
He came to me. I was on a walk through the town and he approached me outside of his building. Yeah.
Oh, of course he did. Oh, that rodent!
Yeah.
What did he want?
He wanted me to use my magic to help him find a journal for his ancestor.
And you said yes? What did he promise you?
I was allowed to know the information within the journal, and he says that he will report later back to me with more information that he might glean from it. As well as
And you trust that? Orion here has been sold a house that can barely stand. You trust John Noble's word?
He wrote it in a contract that I signed.
Orion also signed a contract with this man.
At the very least, I did gain information from this.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, what kind of information would be worth working with John Noble?
He also owes me a favor later, but regardless, the journal that was found was from his relative Bartholomew. And it was speaking about some some information regarding speakers that have lived in this area for a while, and whenever I'm...
No! Don't tell me John Noble's related to a speaker!
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
The man Bartholomew did not mention himself being a speaker. He just mentioned a relative of his being a sorceress, weaving magic into words. Or weaving words into magic. Whoops.
Sorry, so Bartholomew, the founder,
Yes.
he mentioned his own relative?
Yes.
So John Noble is related to a speaker! It's all in the family!
Well, not necessarily. We haven't proven that yet.
John Noble's magic was also voided as soon as the spell lifted of this town. He doesn't have anything remaining.
Oh, goodness. Oh, now I can't be so sure about that right now.
Well, why would he ask for my aid?
Oh, because he's a slimy snake, that's why, Tabitha.
If he could use his own magic to cast a spell and find this journal on his own, then he would have. He showed off to us whenever we were in his office. He would have done it again.
Oh,
He needed my aid, so he asked for it,
well,
and I was willing to give it at the cost. Now we know that magic is innately within Fox Jumps, and that speakers have existed for over 100 years.
Margie's face is so red, and she just... Oh, there's nothing to be done about this now. And she kind of just turns away from Tabitha and goes to... Wait, did Orion share that his grandmother was a speaker? Sorry, I just caught in the emotional betrayal that I forgot what Orion said.
Pretty sure, didn't Viola hand the letter off to Margie first and then Tabs talked about Noble?
Tabs did say that Lila was a speaker,
Okay.
I believe.
You mean Orange Grandma?
Yeah.
Orion, okay. And she kind of just like switches gears and she said, Orion, if your grandmother was a speaker, was she from Fox Jumps? Is it about this place specifically that has given us the magic, or?
No, it couldn't have been, because Bartholomew came here for the magic, but his aunt wasn't from here.
So there may be different locations with this issue, I suppose.
Oh, well, this is all well and good, and I am happy to do some research, but Annabella's house is right here, so I think we'd probably just put a pin in this, because really, no one's going anywhere, yes?
Hey. Yeah, and Jojo waves from the front door where he's been standing for like 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Just kind of waiting. And he's like, it's unlocked.
Wait, would Fox Jumps be a sort of town that the neighbors would be comfortable enough to leave their doors unlocked?
Depends on the person, but you could guess that it's entirely reasonable. It's not necessarily a massive clue that the door is unlocked.
Okay. Margie goes, yes, we'll put a pin in this. We'll be talking about this later. And she she just forcefully turns away and goes up to the front door with Jojo.
And we'll need to speak about why your grandmother claims that she chose you another time as well.
Yeah.
Tabs is going to kind of add as he follows after Margie.
Orion's gonna follow wherever that note went and see if he can get it back before everything. And just get it back and neatly fold it up and put it in a pocket.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get that. I'm sure no one's gonna take the most recent gift from your grandmother.
No.
That would be pretty awful.
Suddenly, John Noble comes in. This is mine now.
A clue. All right. Yeah, you get to the front porch finally after kind of standing in the sidewalk for a while, and the door is indeed unlocked, and John Noble is standing right outside, just kind of jiggling the handle. Like I don't really want to break and enter.
Wait, this is Jojo, not John Noble.
Jojo. Yes. Did I
Yes.
say John Noble?
I think so. Doesn't matter. Jojo. I was like, because I thought we were actually gonna have a surprise John Noble. I was like, wait a second.
No. John Noble killed Annabella. That's my big twist for this arc.
Oh man.
Oh man.
No. That would be wild. Yeah, so what do you do?
Is the doors unlocked?
Mm-hmm. Jojo just hasn't entered yet because, like he said, he doesn't really want to enter someone's home illegally.
Viola will look at Margie. She's your friend, yeah?
Yeah, Margie kind of just hollers. She like knocks on the door. Annabella, you have been gone from the postal office for too long. I'm coming in there. You better be ready. Because they're coworkers and friends. So in she goes.
Yeah, Jojo kind of winces just a little bit, but he's like, I guess that's fine. And you go. It stinks in here. It smells very bad.
Oh no.
Not like rotting corpse bad. Hold on. I don't want to imply anything like that. I just mean that like the trash hasn't been taken out in about a week and a half. There's dirty dishes in the sink.
Mm.
There are all the telltale signs that someone rushed their breakfast about a week and a half ago and has not had a chance to clean up.
Oh.
Sorry for the scare. I did not think that through.
See, I think that's personally scarier than just seeing a dead body.
Is it?
I don't know.
There's still a mystery of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Margie goes, oh my goodness, Annabelle! And she is sort of like puts the collar of her shirt over her nose and like holds it up there with her hands as she's like walking through the house. And she goes, Jojo, this really isn't like her. But if it is, well, I would have never thought because she was so organized and so punctual, and I can't imagine this would. I think something is really wrong with Annabella.
Yeah, he looks very concerned, actually, like genuinely deeply concerned. And he reaches a hand towards his hip and then realizes there's nothing there, and he's like, ah, shit. Okay, hey, have you foreseen like monsters, like book monsters before? Is that a thing we need to be worried about?
Book monsters?
Other than the wolves that got you, no.
Okay.
Most of the things we've encountered are humans.
Great. So this is a
Oh.
humans were the real monster all along sort of thing. Okay. I can deal with humans.
I was about to say that.
Let's look for clues. Do you split up or are you staying together?
Margie is going upstairs, and she's going upstairs to see if she can find the bedroom. Cause Margie's like, Annabella, if you're depressed, I am very sorry, honey, but that is still no way to leave your home.
No.
Yeah, I think after checking in a couple rooms, and yeah, I mean, there's obviously there's a week and a half full of dust or whatever, but she does seem to lead a very active lifestyle. She has like a little workout room with a couple of, one of those what are they called? Peloton bikes? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
The little exercise bikes, and
Pilates reformer, all that.
and she has like a little art room. Yeah, she seems to be a very active person. So, like you said, this is very unlike her. You do find her bedroom, and unlike the rest of the house, it is incredibly neat, very tidy. The only thing of note, like the sheets, the blankets, the bed is perfectly made. The only thing of note is a small paperback book sitting on the bed.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no. Well, I think Viola will reach for the book.
So, you know how I said we're going to start doing 2 episodes per session, and that means I need to look for a cliffhanger.
Oh.
Of course.
Viola, you reach for the book.
Yes.
Your hands touch it, and in the first instance, nothing happens. As you pick up this paper-bound copy of Aesop's Fables.
I knew it! Oh my god!
Oh no.
And then the book swings open, and you all get sucked in.
Oh no!
End scene.
Wait, what fables?
Oh, God.
I
What?
knew it!
Did we just get
It's
isekai?
Aesop's. I think that I was put here in Annabella's place.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god.
That is quite the escalation.
Oh no.
The second that you said a book, I was like, I see you! Oh my god.